Hello, Green Room. I don't know if it's been too long since I've been here, but I'm back. So, hi. How many of you have done any travel recently? Anybody?
Woo!
I'm not talking about Cancun. I'm not talking about Alexandria, Virginia. I want to talk to you about travel because, like, it's my thing. I like to do it. I like to take a trip a year. COVID kind of messed all that up, but here we are. 2019, I went to Australia. Anybody been? Should definitely go. Nobody wants a 17-and-a-half-hour flight more than I do. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, so that was a long flight, but it was great. I was there for a month, and I was there for work. So my company kind of put me up in an Airbnb. Around the corner from my Airbnb, there was a bar that fashioned itself an American bar because it had PBR. And so I kind of made that my drinking hole, home spot, right? And I was in there one day, and there's this guy, Australian dude, you know how they are. I mean, they have a beach called Manly Beach. So, and he's like, "Are you American?" I'm like, "Why do you think I'm American? Is it my accent? Like, I have some sort of eye flutter? I don't know." And he's like, "Where are you from?" I told him I'm from Maryland. He's like, "I was just in Maryland." I was like, "This is weird. 25,000 miles around the world. You went to Maryland. Why did you go to Maryland?" He's like, "I was there for a destination wedding." So I'm thinking Deep Creek Lake or St. Michael's or something like that. Something that kind of goes along with the whole destination wedding thing. I said, "Where?" He says, "Parkville." Parkville? Did you have the reception dinner at Racers and the reception at Dead Freddy's? What's going on here? That was a destination wedding? He was so happy about it too. He was just like, "Yeah, I love Baltimore. It was just so great." I'm like, "Yeah, you were on Bel Air Road. That's good." I try to avoid it. But I did it, and that was 2019. In 2022, I went to London. It was after the pandemic, and I decided it was my chance to get back out there and get those passport stamps and travel again. I love London. London is one of those safe spaces for me, except the East End. And I was like, okay, I'm getting back into the travel thing after COVID. I'm going to London. So I go to London. I found out I had a superhero power. Didn't know I had. Definitely going to use it for good. Apparently, when I travel internationally, world leaders, prime ministers, monarchs, that class of people that, we'll leave it at that, they end up not being in power. In the space of 10 days, this is not a lie, in the space of 10 days, in London, there were 3 prime ministers and 2 monarchs. The Queen of England died while I was there. And, I was going to go to a comedy show that night. But everything shut down because nobody was running the place. King Charles comes in, so that's 2. Boris Johnson was PM when I got there. Liz Truss didn't last longer than a head of lettuce. And then there was Rishi Sunak. All in 10 days. I thought it was blue. I thought it was just okay, that's a funny story. If I ever do stand-up comedy, I should probably tell that story. And then I went to Denmark in January. When I was in Denmark in January, by the way, very cold. When I was in Denmark in January, the Queen of Denmark abdicated the throne. So clearly we have a pattern going here. And I gotta use this power. What is it? Go Power Rangers? I don't know. So, clearly I came home and I immediately booked trips to Moscow, Tehran, Pyongyang, sometime soon Jerusalem, coming soon to a theater near you. I mean, like, who knows really whatever happens? Like, there's all kinds of crazy shit happening in the world right now, and if I can use my power for good, motherfucker, put me on that fucking plane and get me there. Thank you very much, AB Positive. Have a good night.